Where'd you find this?
Still hear the music, so I feel like I can't really say it. All right. And it's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We in the building. Yes, the new primetime spot. It's 7 o'clock now, not 4 on Wednesdays. So, yes, I'm going to let everyone still adjust to this time. We got extra special spicy guests with me. We got Perla in the building.
Hi.
Hey. So a little bit about Perla. She is CEO of Midnight, one of the CEOs of Midnight.
CFO.
CFO
Yes.
of Midnight Market.
Yes.
So let me see if I could like explain it a little bit. So from what I experienced, Midnight Market, I feel like it's a foodie festival.
Yes.
Literally a foodie festival, and this woman is the CFO. And if you want to take it away, love, your other partner.
So my business partner, she's the CEO, but she's not here today. But you just want to know like a little bit about Midnight Market and how it works.
Well, what's her name? Lizzie?
Oh, Lisi. Yes.
Lisi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Lisi's not with us today, but I feel like every time I do see Midnight Market, I always see two of the faces. I was just like, yeah, okay. So just so you know, just another face, you know?
Yeah.
Just showing some love. So Midnight Market. I have a lot of questions to ask.
Okay.
One of my first questions that I do want to ask, and also I do see Nadine in the check-in. Thank you so much, Nadine, Santa Squad. So Midnight Market, why that name?
Oh man, we were trying to decide on a million different names. We literally made a list, and the way that Lisi and I work is first we kind of like put together the creative of things and then come up with an actual name for it.
Okay.
So we were kind of like thinking about ideas of logos and how this would look like, and then we were trying to integrate like what a name for it would look like too.
Okay.
So at first like we knew that we wanted like a moon to be our logo. So
Okay.
if you see no, I'm not talking about the logo we have now. Our first logo was very bootleg.
Oh shit! You gotta start somewhere though.
We gotta start somewhere. It was made on like paint or something. It was really bad.
Yo, who did it?
I think it was Lisi. Yeah, Lisi did it. Yeah.
Shout out to Lisi. She was like, I will take care of this.
She took care of it.
Hey.
But yeah, so I remember us wanting a moon, and then after that we were like, well, it's got to be something market. Like what do we want to call it? And then we knew we wanted to end at midnight. So we just kind of kept playing around with it, and then just using the two M's together kind of worked, and it's pretty memorable. So that's where we said a million different names, and Midnight Market just kind of stuck together, and that's where it all came and started.
Yes, I love that. And just I do see Amanda in the check-in, Santa Squad in the building. Always the support. I love that. So you did mention before, because I didn't want to lose my train of thought with that you had other names. Any other names that you want to share?
I'm trying to remember because we've been in business since 2016. And I know I have a notebook somewhere.
I love the name, by the way.
Oh,
I'm just saying. But, like, I'm curious. Are there any other names? Like, how was this process like? I want to be there with you guys.
I know.
It's like, midnight, mood. Like, what are we doing?
I definitely remember us being, like, it was, like, a friend's apartment and us, like, frantically drawing on our notebooks. And I know I have my notebook somewhere. However, I don't remember all the names. But I do remember, I don't know, I mean, I'm Dominican, I speak Spanish, so I definitely was trying to throw like a Spanish word in there.
Hey.
So I was like,
what was the Spanish word though?
I think I was trying to name it like something noche. I don't know. I can't remember. Like Mercado
She's like,
noche.
not noches de Colombia.
No, not noches de Colombia.
No. Do it DR style. I love
DR
this.
style. But yeah, I remember me trying to throw like a Spanish word in there, and then me and Lisa were like, that doesn't make any sense. Like we need to make this.
I love
English.
like the genuineness though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so you got to start somewhere. So I love the brainstorming part.
Yeah.
Oh, I see in the check-in we got Big Jenny in the building. Shout out to Big Jenny. She was my guest last week.
Oh yeah.
So,
I saw it. It was good.
Yes. First time meeting her. Such a genuine, humble human being. Thank you so much for supporting me. I feel like, again, I always remember that video. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to eat that whole ass meal. And she did, and she's so strong.
She's very strong. She is very strong. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jenny, I want no beef at all. But you actually know her?
Yeah, so I met her a while back. We did an event a long time ago at Garden State Plaza.
Lit. Home grounds. Okay.
That's where we met. So so it was at Garden State Plaza, and we took over like a commercial space that was empty, and we created an event that was called Insta Yum. And at the event, we had like a couple influencers come in to talk, and she was there. And I remember it was funny because I was wearing this really funny wig, and she's like, "Can I try your wig on?" I was like, "Yeah."
Dead. That Jenny tried on the wig, bro.
She did. I don't know if she remembers that story, but I remember.
Jenny, you remember the wig? You remember the wig?
It was like a cotton candy wig. I just know she looked adorable in it. Aww. So yeah.
Shout out to Jenny, and also shout out to Jason Enrique in the building. Yes. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely smoked a little devil's lettuce before this. So my eyes are super cheeky. I just saw my face on the screen. I was like, ooh, jazz.
I thought that, but I was like, you know what?
It's all good. I love that you didn't judge me.
I did
judge
not.
me last. But
not at
hey,
all.
like, it's legal, right? All right.
Girl.
I'm good.
It's gonna be legal everywhere.
But shout out to Jason Enrique. He actually has a podcast himself called First Class Second Place. And shout out to Jason, huge supporter. I feel like it's just a chat room of supportness and love, and I love it right now.
Yeah.
But back to you, my love.
Yes, of course.
So Midnight Market. So creating the names, brainstorming the names. So what? Because I've been to one event.
Yes.
I remember I was like so taken back by the foods, the different types of foods. I was like, word.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, like, how do you curate that, like, vendor list? Like, is there a limit for you? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll say part of the curation process when we first started, I definitely gained like 30 pounds in the first year of Midnight Market.
Girl, I gained 30 pounds that night. I ate so much food. I bought containers. I was like, damn, I want to take this home. And Steph told me to do that. Shout out to Steph.
Oh my God. Steph is like the OG like ambassador of Midnight Market. But we, when we first started, our main thing was, because this was so new for us, we've never really done markets before. We kind of just jumped into this industry. So we reached out to a couple of local vendors, and, we were just like, we wanted to curate like a different list of things, because when you go to festivals, which I love all types of festivals, but when you go to, let's say, a street festival, there's like 5 different empanada people selling literally the same thing.
Yeah.
So for us, it was extremely important for us to kind of, go talk to the vendors, go see them personally when they were doing other events, and actually talk to them and see what they were doing. And just, and we would schedule out like tastings and stuff, so that way we can try all the different food, which is why I gained so much weight. And then we made it a point to try to make it extremely international. I mean, we live in, in this area. This area is like, so it needs to represent a little bit of everything.
Melting pot.
It's a huge melting pot. So we just wanted to represent what like North Jersey and the New York area look like. So that was extremely important for us. And then now, fast forward to 2022, we have one of our employees. He's the one that kind of does all the curation of all of our vendors right now. Shout out to Jose. I love him.
Shout out to Jose. He's like, no, not those chicken wings.
These are better. And Jose has a lot of experience. He's been working in markets for a long time. So luckily he has really good relationships, and he's able to bring in like different types of people, plus the people we've worked with in the past. So yeah, so we try to make sure that it's something that's Instagrammable, that's extremely tasty, that's very unique and international as well. So that's the blend.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like you gave such a beautiful breakdown. Like, you took me from like beginning to finish.
Yeah.
And I just love that. So the curations, choosing the vendors. Has there ever been a time that you chose a vendor, and I do want to protect their names, because we never want to, it's business in the end of the day, but ever a vendor that didn't show up the way they should have showed up?
So that's happened to us, I would say, in the 6 years that we've been in business, 2 times. One time was, and I won't say any names, but it was for an event.
Protect the innocent.
I'll protect the name. But it was, it was a vendor. They had a really great like Instagram presence, and they had a really cool product, and I was extremely excited about it. And I'm like, okay, well, and at that time we were doing multiple projects, so I didn't have time to go and like check them out at another event. But I also kind of trusted that their social media presence was great, which is not always not always key. So they came to the event, and they looked a little bit upset because they looked like they weren't doing too well. And then I went up to their stand and I said, "Hey, can I try one of them?" And I tried it, and it was disgusting. Yeah.
Oh,
It was it was bad. It was like a very dry dessert. I was like,
Dito.
it was bad. And then the other time that happened, it was also a similar situation in which we got booked for something and the client rushed us to put it together, and we did have to, and again, like we try to, if we can't try the actual food, we'll at least vet them out via their Instagram page or their Facebook page. And this person had really good reviews, and I was extremely surprised because when they came and set up, they had a great setup. Everything looked lovely. And then we got tagged on something on Instagram where somebody posted the food, and they're like, "What is this?
This is why I brought up this question, because it's like you have no connection to them, but it is in your event.
My responsibility. Yeah.
Oh my God. So was it trash? Like, it wasn't good, or like it was like something inside? Like, I was just like, there's so many ways to look at this.
Oh, yeah. It visually didn't look good. So it was like, like the person like kind of like deconstructed their food on social media and like tagged us on it. Didn't tag the vendor, only tagged us. And we, of course, like, I messaged them immediately. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, we try to keep standard for what we do. And, if you want to come back, like, we can make it up to you and like get you something. Like, I'll personally go buy you something else,
That's
so,
nice.
Yeah. And I did, at the end of the night, the vendors that did do that event, they did extremely well, and that one vendor just didn't do well at all. And I'm like, yeah, well, you didn't have a good product.
Yeah, you got to come with your A game. I feel like you are selling your food. You not only are you selling your food, but you're selling your food in an event that gives you an advantage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you got to make sure that everything tastes good. I feel like I don't even know how I would prepare that. I'm like, would I prepare that the night before? Do I want it to be fresh and prepare it the day of? But if I was preparing it the day of, I'll be up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Super early.
It's a lot of work.
Like mad metal tinfoils, like ready to go. Like, I don't know. So again, like I do feel like it's always a lesson learned.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, with things like that, like it kind of taught me like, okay, if a client's rushing me, I'm either going to have to give them less vendors with at least the people that I know that are really good. Yes. Or, or whoever does come in, I have to squeeze in some type of time to do some type of like food tasting or something. But yeah. But those have been the only 2 times, like, knock on wood. Yes. I don't want any other scenarios popping up.
No, no scenarios at all.
No.
The last event that I went to was Jersey City, right?
Yes.
That was actually a dope experience. I underestimated craft beers.
It's really good.
It was delicious.
It's really good.
But I drank like I think a total of 4 beers, girl.
And I was
done. What? Like, yo, the next day in the morning I was like, yo, Jazz. Yo, for real. That's how I felt because I had work the next day. And that's how I felt, like getting out of the shower, like everything that I had to do. And I was just like, damn, like I have to like go to work. I gotta like show face.
Yeah.
But I underestimated the craft beers, and I was just thinking to myself, let me just keep eating.
Yeah.
But I kept drinking, and it just did not work out.
No,
it did not work out.
I mean, craft beer, like the alcohol content of it is so much higher. Because
whenever
you drink like Corona or Heineken or something like that, that's like a 5 ABV. And if you're drinking craft beer, it's like most likely 7 and up.
It's
a lot.
Hercules drink. Like, yo, for real. I was just like, no. And then I felt it when I was sitting down. I was just like staring at the floor. I was like, yo, what just happened?
Like, what I'm just happened?
Yo, for real. I was just like, yo, you get that feeling at like 3 a.m. at the club.
Yeah.
Not at like the time I was feeling that.
Yeah.
Besides that, I had a really good time. They definitely a huge. Also, you guys had the silent disco.
Yes.
Which I never did before.
It's fun.
It was a lot of fun.
So
I was like,
fun.
Yo, not for nothing, but I was like, not judging, but I was like, oh, you listen to the Green? Like,
so
Green's whack.
That's what's so funny about it.
Like, yo,
so that's what's so funny, because you see all the DJs looking at each other and they're like, crap, like I gotta compete.
Yes.
Like my boy over here is playing like fire right now, and like everyone's like listening to it.
Team Red, yo. It was so much fun though.
Oh yeah.
So much fun.
The funny thing is too, I don't know if you knew this, but with the DJs, they're supposed to stick to a genre, but by the end of the night, they're like, screw it. Like I'm not sticking to that genre because people aren't listening listening to it. So they just play, like, eventually they all end up playing Bad Bunny. But
Yo, I'm dead. It really was. It was a Bad Bunny
it was a Bad Bunny battle.
Yo, I'm dead. It was just such a good time. Like, such a good time. Like, I remember just drinking. I went from, like, a beer, and then I was like, oh, you selling coconuts? Let me get that. I had a coconut in my hand. Like, I was like, yo, this is great. And then out of nowhere, I was so mad. I found out by Joey. Shout out to Joey. Mad last minute, you guys had a rooftop.
Oh, yeah. There's a rooftop at the brewery.
Yo, I was there for like 4 hours already. Yo, I was waiting for my Uber, and I was bored, and I was just like, yo, what? I was like, whole ass rooftop.
Yeah.
I was like, but gorgeous, gorgeous.
It's a really nice space. The cool thing about Midnight Market is that we pop up in different locations. So we are going back to that same space, which is 902 Brewing. Shout out to them. They're the best. Yes. But, you know, we pop up at different locations, and you got to experience a Midnight Market where we have a silent disco, but we actually do so many different other things at each venue that we go to.
Okay.
Yeah, so we kind of switch it up a little bit more.
Anything different you're doing tomorrow?
So tomorrow we're kind of sticking to like the same thing. So it all depends on the venues that we're going to. So like we had an event in June. We traveled all the way to Atlanta to do a Midnight Market, and while we were there, we had like the biggest lot known to mankind.
Oh, I wanted to talk about that. Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a ginormous space. Actually, Cirque du Soleil happens in that space. And it happened to be free while we were there.
What?
So, yeah. So we were able to utilize this big space. And my business partner, she was kind of like trying to think of cool activities because it's such a big and open area that we're like, we can't just fill it up with a lot of food and a lot of because at that one too we included a shopping experience. Like we had artisan vendors set up and everything, but we're like, we need to add more. Like this space is ginormous.
We want more. We want more. Look at all this space.
It's ginormous.
Activities, all that.
It's just so big. Sorry, I keep hitting this table. It's so big.
Yeah.
And so then, and for us too, we don't want to add like a million vendors and then no one makes money. So we want to make sure that we have like a decent amount of vendors. So then my business partner kind of did a little bit of research on the internet, and she was like, wait, roller skating is really cool in Atlanta.
Ooh.
So we ended up looking for a company that could install a roller skating rink at the event. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, so we didn't have silent disco at that one, but we definitely had a whole roller rink, and it was cool because Atlanta's big for that, and people like showed up with their skates and they were skating through the event because it's a big platform, so you can kind of skate everywhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so people were in front of like the DJ booth, like dancing and doing all these cool tricks.
Yo, can we get a hand clap for Perla? That was amazing. That was amazing. I love how like versatile the show is. It's like, okay, this is what works for this space. This is what's gonna work for this space. So I do love the fact that you took silent disco, but we're gonna have like an actual like roller skating disco.
Yeah.
Did you skate?
No.
I'm not a good skater.
I am not either. And
maybe rollerblader, but
yeah.
I can't do the 4 wheels. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Anybody in the check-in, see if like you could let me know if you're a good skater or not. But I could rollerblade, but I can't roller skate.
I can't do either, so
I'm dead.
I know they kept looking at me because that thing was extremely expensive to install, and they're like, "You paid all this money,
you gotta do it,
and you're not even gonna do it." I was like, "No."
Like, yo, bubble wrap me and just throw me in.
And they had the little thing for you to hold on to and roller skate if you wanted to.
That's sick.
It was really cool though. So that was dope. And that's an example of like another space that we were like, okay, this needs something else. And we can, and also the area is different. So we have to curate it to that area too.
Yeah.
So that, that's kind of what we assess like each time that we go to a different location. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do want to bring it back now.
Yes.
What inspired you to even start this?
Yeah, a lot of things. So at the time that Lisi and I started this, Lisi and I, we kind of, we've known each other for many years, and her and I we were always like trying to think of like some type of new business venture, like something that we can kind of launch off with. And this was something that just kind of popped up where we were just talking about like what are things to do around the area, what are cool things that we can do. Lisi at the time was working as a chef for a restaurant in Brooklyn. I was working for a real estate developer in Jersey City. So I was used to having a lot of residents come up to me and ask me like, hey, I just moved here from Wyoming. Like, what can I go do in Jersey City? I'm like, oh, well, you can go to these 5 places, but only 2 of those places close at 2 a.m. And then after that, there's nothing else to do. And not that there's nothing to do in Jersey City, but at that time it was a little limited, and people, and then people just kind of were like, well, should I just go to Manhattan? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you can go to the city, but me working in real estate, I wanted to keep people in Jersey City. Yeah. Like, that was the main thing. So Lacey and I were chatting one day, and we kind of, started coming up with, like, how cool would it be if we had a market? And being that Lacey came from the food world, she always wanted to create an opportunity for food vendors to pop up somewhere and not have to spend a lot of money to participate. Because a lot of food festivals that you participate, like the minimum fee is probably anywhere from like $500 to $700.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's expensive. So as a small business, you really it's very
because you
difficult.
Gotta make that in more.
You have to make that in more to be able to cover all your overhead.
Yeah.
So so that's kind of where she came from. She's like, well, I want to create something that's affordable for food vendors to participate, and also affordable for guests to participate too, because obviously everything was getting very expensive in Jersey City. And I came from the world where I'm like, okay, well, people want something to do. Let's try to come up with like some type of concept that can launch all those things together. So then that's kind of where Midnight Market came together. We were like, okay, well, what if we found a space that it was, kind of like maybe a club that we can close it down for the night, and we can bring in some food vendors and, have a DJ playing music the whole time. Because also I'm the friend who, like, when we're out dancing, I'm like, I want pizza. So
I'm dead.
So that's kind of like, we're like, okay, well, why not make like a space that's like clubbing for foodies? That it's like a space where you don't have to leave. You can, have a good time. And also it doesn't end super, super late. It ends at 12. So that way you can, start your night there and then go off somewhere else and keep the night going. So that was generally where we kind of came up with that idea. And one of the main challenges that we had in the beginning was that, because we do charge at the door, a lot of the guests were asking like, well, why is there a fee? Like, all these festivals are open to the public. And also, why is it 21 and older? Because we are 21 and older. They're like, why can't I bring my child with me? And we had to kind of...
There's alcohol, and there's people running around with alcohol.
Yes. It's not a good place for kids. But, we kind of had to like explain that. Be like, well, like we're trying to curate a different type of environment that's not just your average festival. We also do charge at the door because it offsets the cost of vendors to participate. So we charge them way less than what we would normally charge them. So that kind of was like where that idea came from. And then from there, we were able to kind of coach our vendors to be able to be successful, and then also teach the crowd that this is pretty much what we do. And luckily now we don't have anyone that shows up and says like, well, why do I need to pay?
Yeah, facts.
I'm like, I have cool things for you. Just come in. I promise it'll be great.
I love this. Okay, so Midnight Market. Now you have Midnight Market Atlanta.
Yes.
Anything like, where are we expanding this to? Wait, before we actually get into that. So Amanda's like, roller skating sounds fun. I got no balance, so I probably need the kid skates.
Oh yeah.
With extra training wheels.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Amanda. We got to teach you how to ride a bike, and summer's already over. So that was the goal. I remember we said that to each other. I got to teach you how to ride a bike. And yeah, it's fall now, so we gotta get on that.
There's still some time. There's still a little bit. You can still kind of do it.
It's not as fun riding a bike, I feel like, in the cold.
Yeah, no.
Not too cold.
It's not, yeah. I'm like, well, you still have like a small window of opportunity. And you know how like in October, randomly, you'll get like a heat wave, and you're like, how did this happen?
Yeah. That's the day we'll teach you how to ride a bike.
Yes. There you
heat
go.
Wave day. So we got Midnight Market. So where do you eventually want to take this? Like, where do you want to go?
Yeah.
I mean, you're down south a little bit.
Yes.
So what's the next phase?
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to go on a national basis where, let's say, like Midnight Market can exist 5 times out of the year, and 5 times out of the year we're in 5 different cities. So yeah.
Simultaneously.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
like every Saturday or Sunday, it's like doosh.
You could like pop around everywhere. Yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah, it's a big dream.
Such a good way though.
Yeah. It's a big dream of mine, but Atlanta was like our first test run to see if we can do this, and it went extremely extremely well. So the next city that I would love to go to is Miami. I would love to make my way down there because it's such a big food city. So, you know, I've been kind of researching some spaces there. And then before everything happened back in 2019, we took like a little company trip to Los Angeles and we checked out a couple spaces there.
Hey.
And like I found like the ideal space, and you know, then the pandemic happened, but whatever. So we're looking to also expand out to Los Angeles. So for now, those two places are like my main focus. But to be honest, like what works for us is finding like a city that's growing with specifically, you know, just a millennial crowd, but also we first started catering to just millennial, but now we're catering to Gen Z also.
Okay.
So we try to find the cities that are like all the Gen Zers are moving to, that they're maybe getting jobs in tech or something like that have disposable income to be able to go out and like have a good time like this. So that's kind of how I'm routing my map of how I'm gonna go around America. So
I love this. Okay. So ATL, we have Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey, New York, I guess.
Jersey and New York, yeah.
Jersey, New York. We have ATL. We're gonna go Miami and possibly LA.
LA. Yeah.
I love this for you. I'm gonna send you so much good vibes.
Thank you.
We do have a comment in the check-in. I ended up eating tofu and no sandwiches. I'm dead. And then Amanda, do Nashville. They're blowing up right now.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people, so that's definitely on my list.
That would actually be really cool. I've never been to Nashville, but that would be like really, really cool to do. Take that, like, I mean, girl, you could do anything. I'm so like proud of you. I feel like this is amazing vibes for you. So we learned about Midnight Market. Where do you want to take it? Now, I want your world to like be limitless.
Right.
If you could have the most best midnight market, and I'm gonna say it again, best midnight market. Like you, I said it to like if anybody remembers the Limitless credit card. So we got the Limitless coaster. This is a credit card, right?
Okay.
So with this credit card, I'm gonna call it a name.
Okay.
Pero it's limitless. You ain't gonna owe this, no interest. You never have to owe it back. So you could get as much as you want, but you could only do it one time.
Okay.
What does this midnight market look like? So what vendors are we having?
Yeah.
What type of activities are we having? Where are we having it?
Yeah.
So I'm giving you the credit card.
That's a big question. Oh my God.
That is not a black card. It doesn't go clock.
God.
It's like airless. It's airless. Hey, spicy card. Bar. All right, here's the spicy card.
Yes. Where am I taking this? Oh my God. So my ultimate dream, like overall dream for like the biggest midnight market of all kind, would be for me to do something, and it's similar to something that I've seen in the past, but I ideally would like to take it to like a big like outdoor venue, like a huge space, something that maybe we take over like a couple blocks of a street or something, and
block party,
like a huge block party,
midnight market block party.
Yeah, something like that. And I would ideally like to do it where we get a lot of different like brand sponsors to sponsor our vendors so that they can actually get paid to be there. So that's the dream. So like, let's say we get like, I don't know, KitchenAid. They're like, oh, this is the KitchenAid area. And like, we have all these vendors that are making all this cool food, and like, it's all coming from a sponsor that's like helping them be there basically.
Okay.
And in this dream, it's vendors from all over the world. It's not just like I'm bringing like, it's not like I'm just going to one location and like using, you know, the same people that are there. I also want to bring people from everywhere and just be in one spot.
She's like, I want Gordon Ramsay.
I want Gordon Ramsay right there.
Right there.
Right there.
I don't even know if you like it, but like
his restauant's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah?
But oh my God, it's so good. The one in Atlantic City, like I was ready to judge, and it was great.
Really good.
Yeah, I was like mad at it. So ideally it would be like huge brand sponsors, and they have like different areas, and every area that you go to, you can experience something completely new, completely different. Have like live artists that are doing like really big like artwork everywhere, and like making it like just look really cool. Like maybe have people doing murals while the event is happening, and like people can kind of like see all of that. And the location, I would ideally like to do this in Mexico City. I'm obsessed with Mexico City. I love that place. That's actually a place that we were considering doing a midnight market for a while, and I would love to execute
like in the
it.
plaza.
Just like fun. Well, we have like a park area that we would like to do it at, but yeah, ideally I would like to do it in Mexico City, being that there's just there's a big influx of different cultures there too.
Yes.
The food is incredible. I'm obsessed with that place. I've been there like 4 times. I'm obsessed with that place.
I've only been there one time.
Oh yeah,
one time, and I was there for a while because I went through all of Mexico. But I remember Mexico City being very like beautiful. It was very like cultured.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing the murals that Frida's husband.
Yes.
Yeah,
his name. Yeah, but yeah,
his name too. Frida's house, the Azul, the Casa Azul.
Yeah.
There's so much history, and then there's also like historical history. You also have the Aztecs.
Yes.
The Aztecs. So it's just like literally all in Mexico City.
All there.
And that's not even including like the fashion, the culture, how people speak. Mexican Spanish. It's very different.
Very different. Like, I'm so used to my Dominican Spanish, and like,
yo,
everyone's being like extra fancy. I'm like, right.
Yeah, like they knew you were not from there.
Oh, no,
like we
not
understood them, but like it was just like, damn, like I must sound like straight hick right now. Like they're gonna be like, what is that? Where did you come from? Oh no. They were like, no.
They're like, okay, well, someone needs a Spanish lesson.
I'm dead.
But yeah, no, and I mean,
Mexico
this just
City.
I love that place. Like the food is incredible, the people are awesome.
Okay.
And it's also a very short flight away from over here. It's only 4 hours. So,
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, so people can still travel if they want. So that's ideally what I would like to do. Like in a perfect world, that's what I would like to put together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so people know where to find you, my love. I'm taking the Spice card back.
Because we were just dreaming for like a minute. Okay.
We're back. So basically give everyone your Instagram handle where they can find you, events that are happening. I know you have one tomorrow.
Yes.
This is your time to like
yeah
this is me.
So our Instagram is at Midnight Market Events with an S at the end. We also have a TikTok that's pretty big.
Follow her on TikTok. I'm about to do that right now as you're talking. Yes.
It's also Midnight Market Events. And then we also do different types, like another type of event in Jersey City. It's called the Jersey City Night Market. That one's like a big open air market where it's for families. It's for people to bring their dogs if they want to.
Wait, you can bring a dog and a family?
Yeah. So that one is a non-ticketed open air market. Yeah. So that one's like, it's not Midnight Market at all.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of different food trucks and artisan vendors and local DJs playing music. So, and local beer being served and stuff. So that's another one. And that one's called, our Instagram is at JC Night Market. And yeah, and that one we're returning with that event on October 1st. And then Midnight Market, we mentioned that's happening tomorrow. On September 16th. We also have the last Midnight Market of the year will be on October 21st in Jersey City. From there we'll be taking a break until next year because we have a lot of time. We need a lot of time to plan for Atlanta because we're going back next year too.
Ooh.
Yeah. So pretty much that's what we have set up right now, and we're also in the process of still preliminary stuff, but we're in the process
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I'm like, yo. Keep going. Go Perla. Go ahead, girl.
No, and then we're also in the process of working with the Mexico Chamber of Commerce. They have an office in New York.
Who is she? Mexico Commerce Councilman.
They're not sponsoring me, I swear. I just love Mexico.
Yeah, I love this. I love this for you.
So we're working with them, and we're planning something for Dia de los Muertos. If you guys want to know more about that, we're still organizing all the details, but that'll be up on our Midnight Market Events page. So just follow us there on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll have some updates very soon.
Love that. Love that. Shout out to you, Perla.
Thank you. Shout out to you. You have your own like podcast and everything. I'm like so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm like, yo, I talk a lot. Stick a camera in front of me. Yo, let's start making business. Yo, that's really...
Girl, like, that's the smartest thing to do. It's like, listen, I'm already talking. You might as well put me in front of a camera and make some money. Why not?
Marv, can I get a ding, ding, ding? Yes, Marv, thank you. Yes. All right. So now that we built rapport with you, love, I feel like anyone who has been in the interview, if you're jumping into the interview, like, definitely scroll back after. Stay with us now. But I hope you have a great turnout for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Whole bunch of people for the future. What we're gonna do right now, love, we're gonna like kind of get into like a little bit more of the spicier topics.
Oh, okay.
And this is like just random shit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just say it because I feel like I could say one curse word a episode. I'm trying to get a little better with my filthy mouth. I used to be
Me too.
filthy. Girl, filthy.
I'm like, me too. I like
Super
throw the
sailor.
F-bomb everywhere, so.
Yo, facts.
Get some help.
Yo, facts. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I'm getting better. So we're gonna step outside of Midnight Market now.
Okay.
But we're gonna keep it food style though.
Okay.
So, any foods that you think is overrated? Like, what do you think should be canceled? Like, do not.
So I'm going to say this, and everyone's going to hate me, and my husband's going to judge me for this one.
I'm dead.
Because I love this thing, but now I'm like, over it. I'm over truffle oil.
Really? I love truffle oil.
You know, I think like I OD'd on it.
Yo. It was a vendor. No.
You know, no, it's just, you know what it is? Like the smell hits me so hard sometimes, and I'm like, okay, guys. And like some people try to like truffle everything, and I'm like, all right. Like,
That's true.
Like, don't put it on fish. Like I've seen that before, and I'm
That's a
like,
little
this
weird.
is not fun. Like,
What do you gain from
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. So I feel like
Nothing.
truffle oil is one that's just like slowly making its way out. And it's also like very unhealthy for you apparently. So just
Really?
FYI.
I didn't know that.
It can clog your
I
arteries.
just thought mushrooms. It's mushrooms, right?
Yeah, but
Like
again-
a style of mushrooms.
Yeah, I think so. Is it? I don't know. I know they find it like they find mushrooms. I don't know if it's an actual
Something
mushroom.
like that.
Yeah.
Is it a fungus?
Yeah. And you know what? Now, to be honest, I think I know the root of why I hate it so much. One day, someone gave me like a little nugget of truffle, and I had
Like
it.
a real one?
Yeah, like a real one.
Ooh.
And I had it in my fridge, and I forgot about it. And it was only there for like less than 2 days. And I went to go drink my water, and my water tasted like truffle.
That's gross.
It was disgusting.
That's nasty.
Yeah, so.
That's nasty. Yo, we got Amanda in the check-in. She's like, cancel acai bowls being $20. I was about to be like, damn, cancel acai bowls. But then you said the $20 part. I'm like, you right.
Yeah.
You right. It's just yogurt. Like, but it's good yogurt.
But like I could, but like Trader Joe's got acai bowls now, so
True.
like you just like buy one of those.
Pliables is expensive though, but when Pliables came out, it was the wave.
Yeah. Oh my god, everybody was obsessed with it. Yeah, they're good, but it is a little pricey. I'm not gonna lie.
I see we got another. Oh, we got vegan wine in the building. I'm like, yo, I saw activity and I was like, oh man, vegan wine. Welcome back, vegan wine. Yo, no more Wednesdays. We're on Thursdays, and I love that support. All the support. So I'm like, wait. So Big Jenny's like, it's very calorie dense, so yeah, it could get unhealthy quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So watch out with those truffle fries.
The vegan wine is like, I'm tired of Boston Market.
Listen, I can't even. I just moved to the suburbs like
I'm
not too
dead.
long ago, and like I love Boston Market, yo.
Yeah, I'm dead. That's so random. I haven't eaten a Boston Market in so long.
No, I'm telling you, I live in the burbs now. They're in every corner.
Yo.
Not too bad, but also, yeah, it's making its way out.
If I had to pick a food that I think it's a little canceled in my book, and I think it's
Yeah.
always canceled. People are definitely gonna come for me, but it's okay,
Okay.
because it's my taste buds,
We're in a safe space.
my mouth. That part.
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles. It's not that I think it's bad.
Okay.
I just can't. I'm not a sweet person.
Okay.
So I feel like the saltiness is what I like love. I love salty. I love texture. I'm like, but once you smack sweetness into it, I'm like, no, honey belongs on tea and desserts. Like, this is chicken. Like, I'm like,
Oh my
it
God.
just like kind of messes with my head. Like, I'm just like, I get like confused.
Okay, so you don't do like hot honey on anything? Because I love hot honey like on pizza.
yes.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I've had like wings at
Okay.
Ani Ramen. Shout out to
Yeah.
Ani Ramen.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
the ramen is the truth.
It's really good.
Love Ani Ramen. Any location, always a great location. Yo, crazy thing. If you go to Ani Ramen with me, I will bring Cholula and a lime.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. I've been on live. Yo, Marv, you know this. He's seen it. He's saying no, but it happened. It did happen. He's
You
seen
just
it.
pull it out of your purse, like, all right, where's my food? And just like, normal.
It's who I am. Yo, you know why? Because I've there and I tested it. I've been to Ani Ramen's and basically something so simple. I would ask for lime. And they'll be like, we don't serve that here. And I'm like, weird. No lime. I know.
Even at the bar, because normally they have a bar.
Well, the 2 locations I went to, which was Montclair, Jersey City, and I've been to a couple. After the second one, I just stopped asking.
Yeah.
I came prepared.
They have a bunch.
But they don't serve lime.
Weird.
Yeah, and not that the unami bomb. Yeah, not that the unami bomb is not enough, but I like Cholula hot sauce. So maybe that's the Peruvian in me. A little limoncito and ají. I'm like, that good. But yeah, that's who I am.
That's good stuff.
So if you're gonna Ani Ramen, I know you're gonna look at my purse like, yo, she gonna pull that shit out.
You're about to take that out right now.
I will.
Have you had their bao buns though? They're so good.
Shrimp, the tofu. I've never tried beef. I've tried their chicken wings. Those are good.
Yeah, those are very good.
But yes, to go back before
sorry. I can talk about food all day.
It's
sorry.
all good, girl. Chicken wings and waffles and honey and the whole syrup thing. I love pancakes with syrup. But see, to me, it's like I already look at that as a dessert, something sweet. Like even when I eat my breakfast, like I'll go ham on like the eggs, the bacon. I happen to make a little party. And then like the treat at the end to me is the pancakes with the syrup.
Okay, so you don't want to mix it.
No.
Okay.
It's like forbidden in my world. I love that word, forbidden. So yeah, so any other canceled foods that anybody could think of? I know Amanda said the acai bowls. Yo, people were going in.
Boston Market apparently is canceled.
Facts. Vegan Wine is actually saying cancel pumpkin everything.
Oh,
fun fact about pumpkin that I learned literally a couple days ago.
Okay.
Was that a yes? My yes? Oh, I heard a yes.
No.
Yeah, I'm bugging. Nothing. Craziness. So I learned that pumpkin spices and cinnamon and all these spices that we tend to use during the holiday, like winter and fall, they're actually spices that are supposed to repel negative energy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a witchy thing. It's actually like a witchy thing.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I love that.
So I'm like, you don't like pumpkin spice?
Oh.
Who are you? Why?
You're bad energy.
Throw water on you. Yes, Dracula, crazy person. No judgment, but
you're like, you got bad energy. No, I'm kidding. No.
But this is the way I look at it. If you had pumpkin spice from Starbucks last year or the year before, this is a true fact.
Okay.
So Starbucks, I don't know what Dunkin' Donuts does, but Starbucks was using fake pumpkin cream.
Oh.
And this year, is the first year they use real pumpkin cream. So it's actually real. So there is going to be a different taste. So if you feel like that was your first experience, I do say give it a second try. Yeah. Starbucks sponsor me. I'm just saying, like, that's why I was trying to throw it out there.
I know all your facts.
Yeah, just saying. I'm throwing customers your way. Pero it's different. So we got people canceling pumpkin. So yeah, anything that you want to cancel, just put it in the check-in, Let's all share it. So all right, let's go into a different topic.
Okay.
What's your favorite fast food breakfast?
Definitely Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
I think I've only had that breakfast once, but please say more. Like, what's the meal?
I'm obsessed
Bring it in.
With, oh my God, they have these like little teeny tiny chicken sandwiches. There's nothing breakfast about them. There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, yo. Okay.
But they you order them like in a little pack. I think it comes with like either 4 or 6 of them. I don't know. Okay. But it's such a scam because it's like they serve like the little nuggets that they normally serve during the day, but they throw these teeny tiny little nuggets inside this little box with like this very sweet bread. It kind of tastes like not like a Hawaiian bread, but it's pretty sweet. You would hate it because it's kind of like a chicken and waffle.
Yeah, I just thought about that. I was like, wait, Hawaiian bread is good, but ooh.
I mean, maybe give it a try one day. But yeah, but they sell it. I think it's like a pack of 6 or 4. I can't remember. But you order that. It comes with like these teeny tiny little hash browns or something. I don't know, but that thing is the best. And I think I like it a lot because I hardly ever get food from over there because the lines are always extremely long. It's ridiculous.
For real.
But if I can make it, I will go over there and have that. However, the coffee is trash, I will say. It's really bad.
Chick-fil-A coffee.
It's bad. Don't ever get the iced latte. I'm a coffee snob, and I really hate the coffee from over there.
I'm dead.
I
Don't
like
get coffee
it.
at Chick-fil-A.
Don't just get an OJ or
Noted.
something. But those little sandwiches, man. And I'm telling you, it's a scam because I know that it's like the nuggets that they use during the day, and they're so teeny tiny. Like sometimes you bite into the bread, and there's like more bread than actual nugget.
Yo, it is what it is, yo. We all know a McChicken is just an oversized chicken nugget.
Yes,
that's all it
pretty
is. Yo.
much.
That's a big chicken nugget. Yo, it is. You make it work.
You make
just
it work. You make it work. But yeah, but that's my favorite like fast food breakfast place for sure. What about yours? What's yours?
I'm gonna be real. Maybe I'm basic for this. It's just anytime I think of like fast food breakfast, the only thing that really comes to mind is McDonald's. I'm sorry, yo.
Pretty good.
McDonald's.
What specifically though? Like
So-
what do you like?
It all depends. So you could either do the McGriddle. See, the thing about me and McDonald's, I don't really like their egg because I feel like, you ever had a colcha, like a comforter?
Yeah.
Well, like everybody's had a comforter.
Yeah.
But like, you know how comforters are like big, and you know when you do laundry, you just like fold it and it just like fold it? That's how their eggs look like. It looks like a whole ass comforter. Like it's shaped like a comforter.
I never even thought about that.
I don't like it. And like it freaks me out.
No, I'm just gonna look at it and think about concha.
I'm
Like
so sorry. Concha as egg. So like
it is a lot of egg too, because they
It's
like
too
fold it
much.
like pop. Like it's a lot.
I'm not a fan of it. Like again, I'm a fan of texture. So to me, it's too much of the mush.
Yeah.
So I order a McGriddle. If I'm in the mood, I cut the egg in half, or I take the whole egg out.
Okay.
The hash browns, the McDonald's hash browns, fire.
They are good.
So good. I can eat like 10. Like dead ass. It's so good. Or you could do the hack. Now the hack is you get the platter.
Okay.
So you get the platter, because technically a McGriddle is just the sausage and egg. But see, I wouldn't do the egg. But you already get the pancakes, and it's only like $1 more than the McGriddle meal. So you just get that, and you kind of just make your own griddle with like the syrup and all that. So you kind of just make it on your own. You also get a biscuit, a hash brown, all that. I feel like it's a grand slam.
That's a hack right there. Like
Definitely is. It definitely is. So
smart.
Just in case.
Now I know.
Oh, so we got the check-in going on. So we got the another thing to cancel. Oh, we'll kind of go into that. I feel like the chat room just went in different directions. Oh, shout out to Millie. We got Millie in the check-in. All right, she's co-signing on the McDonald's hash brown. Love that.
They're so good.
Yes, yo, vegan wine's already going in. I'm dead. So yeah, a little bit that we were talking about, just foods to get canceled. What's your favorite breakfast fast food spot? A lot of people, I think Taco Bell wants to do it, but it's confusing.
It's weird.
Marv, you ever tried Taco Bell breakfast? Is it good? Really? That doesn't sound bad though.
I mean,
I had to try it.
I had it once when they first started it, and I'm not gonna lie, I got sick.
No. Oh my
So
God.
I'm afraid to try it again.
Oh my God.
I don't really give a lot of second chances. No, I'm kidding.
No shit.
I'll try one day. We'll see.
So we're canceling. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'll try it. Yo, Wendy's breakfast trash.
Oh yeah,
Trash.
I've had those before. Yeah.
Burger King's okay.
They're French toast sticks. They do that, right?
I
Did
think
make that up?
someone said that about that here. The BurgerKing French toast. Oh no, Nadine's like French toast sticks from Sonic.
Oh,
Sonic is actually really good. It's just a freaking to drive to.
Oh God,
I hate driving on 17 or I think it's on 17.
Okay.
But I hate it. I hate it with a
pain in the
passion.
ass.
Because Sonic is really cool. Yo, talk about roller skating.
Oh my God.
Don't they gotta roller skate with the food?
Yo, they don't pay those kids enough, man.
I'm
Because
dead. I would be
they
so
just be rolling
embarrassed.
up.
Bad blue, raspberry, sour.
Wow, all over your car. Like, yeah, no. Like, I wonder if they make, like, backup food because they know.
Oh, it's carrot again. Make it again.
Make it again. Make two. Let me just make one. Make two. They're actually, they're, like, losing money.
Yo, that's terrible. And they're not tipping them. Like, nobody tips the roller skaters.
No.
But, like, I just thought about that. Like, that's crazy.
Yo, I forgot that that's how they deliver the food.
You got to take it out there.
Damn, these poor kids. Oh, my God.
I mean, like, yo, I sprained my ankle for, like, 3 weeks. Can't come to work. I'm dead. I can't. Yo, vegan wine is like Sonic is basura. Damn, who hurt you? All right, let's transition. So let's get into another topic, love, because we definitely still have time.
Okay.
So let's talk about like ultimate snacks. Now, like you can have snacks at any time.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the munchies where you're a little bit tipsy or like whatever's your poison.
Yes.
What snacks are we looking at? Like, what are the levels? Like, what do we look at? And also, everybody in the check-in right now, what are your comfort foods? Like, what are your favorite snacks? I want to hear it. Perla, you first.
So I'm a very bougie drunk person. Because
Caviar.
I'm normally not bougie at all. Like I'm like not a bougie person. But when I get drunk, I'm like, I would desire a charcuterie board, and like I will make myself a charcuterie board. Like I will, because I always like carry in my house like goat cheese and like fig jam and crackers.
Ooh.
So like I'll make myself a little plate with like some prosciutto and salami.
Yo, anytime you're drunk, come to my house. What that? That's not bad good. Yo, bad good.
Yeah, I've definitely had like friends come back to the house and like we've just been drinking and they're like, where the hell do you come out with these things? I'm like, Trader Joe's, whatever.
Yes.
And I just like have like a whole plate just like with a bunch of like an array of cheeses and jams and all these different things.
Perla takes care of her guests. She
sure
has
do.
great hospitality.
Yes. So that's definitely that, or it could either get really bougie or very ratchet, because it's either that or like a bag of Doritos. I don't know why.
What Doritos though?
Just like the cheese ones.
Ooh.
Yeah, like the nacho cheese, whatever it's called. I don't know, whatever. That's on my list. Or I'll get like a sandwich and put like Doritos in it, like that.
That's just a given. You put French fries. It's like, this looks good. Let's just do it.
So that's it's either very classy or a little ratchet. So that's where I'm at. What about you?
Classic drunk food. Classic any type of influence food. Oh, excuse me. If I were to think of a classic drunk, give me a minute. I'm gonna look at the check-in because I see. All right. So we got Jason saying sushi is my comfort food.
Okay.
Sushi. Okay. I see you, Jason, being all healthy and shit. Amanda, chips and salsa, guac. Okay.
All right.
I think I would have to, like, I'm just thinking like what's available, because if I'm drunk, it's late.
Yeah.
So I'm either going to a diner. Okay, if I'm at the diner, I think my go-to meal, I love disco fries.
I was gonna say
but I can't eat it all the time.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, disco fries is a must if you're at a diner.
Disco fries, and you have to down it with a Coke and ice. Like, you have to. And I feel like diners, like, Cokes are so good because it's like, I think it's like the
syrup with the soda.
Yeah, like it's not just like a can and shit.
No.
So this
It's
just
made
it's
right
something
there.
about that just hits. So it's just so good.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go to a diner after that.
See, now if I was in New York,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm saying. It depends on your location. If you're in Jersey, that's different. But like when I lived in New York, specifically in the Heights, we had a Dominican diner that has like right underneath. And I remember like my go-to was pollo de chicharrón with the lime. Yo, fire. Pollo de chicharrón. So and like I would just have it with a little piece of bread and then some soda. Something so about bread and soda. Maybe like it's the poblana in me. I don't know. Like it says like pobre meal. Like I don't know. You eat it with things. Shout out to my dad. He taught me that. You just get fuller faster.
That is true.
So I think it's something about that. Like I love, and who doesn't? Yo, I'm sorry, but who doesn't eat bread when they're drunk?
Yeah,
yo,
you need something.
Everybody. Yo, you tell me you would not mess up a fresh thing of bread from the oven. Right? With mantequilla, some butter. So simple, but so good, yo. Don't hate on me. Yo, so that's I think it's the most simplest and so good.
It's so good.
And it's so easy to make. You're so drunk. Like,
you're just like, whatever. Pop it in the oven. I know.
Yo.
You might burn yourself a little when you're grabbing it, but it's fine. It's fine. You made it.
I'm dead. Oh, snap. Okay, so we got junk foods. We got comfort foods. We talk about canceling some foods. I guess like just to bring in a quick little topic, but just real fast. Okay, so we got some disco fries, cheese and gravy. Okay, Nadine, she's like, I love cookies. Okay, girl, what cookies though? Which ones? What's a cookie you can't do?
Oh, oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisin.
It's not for me.
Why?
I feel like oatmeal like cuts my mouth.
Oh,
Like if I'm eating it and it's a dry
broke my
cookie,
heart.
it's just like stab as it goes down. And then raisins, like I'm traumatized by raisins because
Why?
Because, like, okay, being Dominican, like, we love making potato salad, but there's always that one aunt who's like, I put raisins in it this year. And I'm like, why would you do that? It's disgusting.
Nah.
So,
What do you gain?
Yo, for real.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Keep it with
So,
the pink potato salad,
yeah,
the beet
just
salad. That
very
shit's
simple.
fire.
It's so
Can
good.
eat that every day.
I'm like, keep it simple. So, like, yeah, I have, like, either that or they stick it in an empanada. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, I didn't just choose.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't make this choice and you surprised me with it and I don't like it. So I have like a vendetta against raisins. So that's why oatmeal raisin for me is just like not really it. It's not cutting it for me.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
If I had to think of a cookie that I don't like, it would definitely have to be anything with like sprinkles. I'm not a fan of sprinkles. Like, it's pretty.
Yeah.
And it's cool after like a couple licks on the ice cream or a couple bites. But after a while, like, I feel like my mouth feels overwhelmed.
It is kind of waxy too.
Yeah,
No,
like
yeah,
it's like,
now
what
that you're
is
saying
this?
it.
This
Yeah.
ain't real. Like, what is this?
Sugar.
Facts. It's just like this whole little concoction. Like, it looks cute, the aesthetic.
Yeah.
But I'm not a crazy like sprinkle on the cookie. Like, if I think of like cookies that I like, I feel like the more you could taste the cookie, the more I love. Like, I love I do like oatmeal raisin.
Okay.
I love oatmeal raisin,
We'll
but it
have
has to be a
agree
good
to
one.
disagree here then.
It's all good. It's all good. You can't go wrong with a classic chocolate chip. Like, chocolate chip is so good.
So good.
So good.
Wait, have you ever been to Crumble Cookie?
Why does that sound so familiar? Was it an American Dream?
Oh, I don't know if they're opening up there, but I know that I learned about it when I was in Atlanta because before we did Midnight Market, we actually stayed out there for a month to kind of like learn the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And every time I would go
The
to my
lay
cousins,
of the land.
the lay of the land. I want to learn about the South, which I learned a lot, by the way. That was my first time ordering no gun signs. Yes.
What, for an event?
For my event, yeah, I had to put signs everywhere that said no,
Oh my God, that's
no
so
weapons
scary.
permitted. And everyone's really nice down there though, because people would walk up to the front desk and security's like, you can't carry your gun, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, and then they'll just run back to their car and put it in. I'm like,
Oh my God.
why are you walking in here with that? But anyways, besides all that, we spent some time in Atlanta, and my cousin introduced me to Crumble Cookie, and oh my God, it changed my life. They like change their menu every week. They have like the same amount of like this is like maybe like 2 staple cookies that they make every week, but every week they're making a new like menu.
Ooh.
And you can go and order, and it's freshly baked. You can go and order like a whole tray of them or whatever. And I was driving, I was leaving Asbury Park the other day, and we were going through like Neptune. And I think it was
Yo,
Neptune.
Yo, I just died because vegan wine. Vegan wine. Yo. We talking about Neptune. Nah, I just had to put it out there. Go ahead, Perla.
So yes, I know we went through like Neptune, and I think I don't know where we ended up, but we were like driving towards like the Parkway, and all of a sudden I see that there's a Crumble Cookie, and I yell. I'm like, oh my God! And my husband looks at me like, what the hell? And I'm like, stop over there. He's like, what is over there? Because he had never tried it before.
Yeah.
I was like, just take me over there now. And he like takes me over there. I don't tell him anything. I'm like, leave me in the front. Give me 5 minutes. And I like run inside. Because I also noticed that they were about to close. I was like, not on me. Not today. So I ran inside, and I ordered the cookies, whatever. And I came out, and I was like, with this whole tray. And he was like, that's what you scared me for. I'm like, but it's worth it. So I like
Started feeding him and shit.
Oh, I did. I cut it up, and I was like, here, try it. And he was like, it's okay. I'm like, you are the worst. He doesn't have any taste buds, whatever. But they're the best cookies. Oh my God, you have to try them. Like I was trying to like get people to like send me some from Atlanta while I was here, and now I know it's in Jersey. So
Lit.
yeah, so I have to see if it's at American Dream though. But
I think it might be.
okay, I'll look it up.
So just real quick, my love, just because we're about to like enter almost the end of the show.
Okay.
Feel like I'm getting better with the whole hour thing. It's a huge adjustment, but it's all about adapting and evolving. Just if you want to give some quick shout outs, love, again, just give out your Instagram handle where people can find you real quick, and then
Yeah. So shout out to everyone that comes to Midnight Market. You came.
Hey.
Everyone that's been supporting for years. I mean, it was scary because during the pandemic, we're like, wow, we don't have a company anymore. But we're back, and everyone keeps attending. So that makes me extremely happy and very grateful. So shout out to all of our followers. And, again, like our main thing for us is also to like create a really cool environment for for guests to come have a good time, but also our vendors, like they literally are the ones that make the market. If it weren't for them, it would just be two girls standing in a space like
I'm done.
showing up to nothing. So, you know, shout out to my vendors. I love them. They literally have like created a career for me, and I appreciate them so much. And yeah, the easiest way to find us, again, is through Instagram. We also have a website. It's midnightmarketjc.com. We got to change that because we first thought we were just Jersey City, and now we're like,
We're expanding.
going to other places. But yeah, but midnightmarketjc.com. There you can kind of learn a little bit about us, what vendors we use, and where we're going to be next. Feel free to subscribe. We don't spam people, I promise, but we do have a long list of like at least I think like 16,000 subscribers that like us. So so I promise I won't bombard you, but I will tell you what are our upcoming events and what are you know, what are projects that we have coming up. And also if we see a very popular event, we'll promote it on there too.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the best way to find us. And then of course on TikTok we my business partner does a lot of restaurant reviews. People love her because she has like a funny Jersey accent. So you know, that's a good way to look around to see if you're, you know, if you're hungry and you want to find a new place to eat, just go on our TikTok, which is also at Midnight Market Events. And yeah, and that's about it.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
So yes, just a little bit, just to keep you guys, you know, just something for next week. We're going to have a craft beer special next week. It's going to be super special, amazing vibes. I'm not going to let out too much, but yeah, just stay tuned. You know, everybody that's, you know, supported us with the show, everybody that's in the check-in. Love you guys so much. My heart goes with you. Shout out to Bravery Studios. A whole vibe. So yeah, guys, it's Mina Mendoza, Little Girl, Big Personality. We're out. Queen of motherfucking Spice. We out of here.